Many people believe that becoming rich is reserved for those born into wealth, blessed with exceptional luck, or gifted with elite-level intelligence. But history tells a different story. Some of the wealthiest individuals on the planet started with nothing, no inheritance, no safety net, and no formal advantages. What separated them wasn't luck, it was their mindset, habits, and how they applied timeless financial laws to their lives. In this guide, we'll uncover the financial laws that help poor people become rich, the very principles that break generational poverty and build lasting wealth. Whether you're starting from zero or rebuilding from scratch, these laws are your roadmap. 1. The law of paying yourself first. This is one of the oldest and most powerful financial laws, yet it's the one most people ignore. It states that before you pay your bills, buy things, or do anything else with your income, you must pay yourself first. What it means: set aside a percentage of every dollar you earn for saving, investing, and building future wealth before you spend a single cent. Even if it's just 10%, consistency compounds. Over time, this simple habit becomes the seed of wealth. Why it works: most people live on 100% or more of their income, which guarantees they stay broke. But when you treat saving as non-negotiable, like a bill you must pay, you gradually accumulate capital you can use to grow and invest. 2. The law of delayed gratification. Wealth is rarely the result of impulse spending. The rich understand a powerful truth: what you delay today can multiply tomorrow. This law is about resisting the temptation to spend on instant pleasure and choosing long-term gain instead. Examples: instead of buying the latest phone, invest that $1,000 in an index fund. Skip the luxury car now, and buy a cash-flowing rental later. Every dollar you don't spend is a dollar that could grow into 10. Why it's crucial: the poor often fall into a trap of spending for image, comfort, or status. But the wealthy choose sacrifice now for freedom later. 3. The law of asset accumulation. Poor people often focus on income. Rich people focus on assets. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket: rental property, dividend stocks, businesses, royalties. A liability takes money out: debt, lifestyle inflation. This law states, the more assets you own, the wealthier you become. What to do: start small, buy stocks, start a side business, or own digital products. Reinvest the profits to buy more assets. Let your assets produce income so you don't have to trade time for money forever. Owning assets is how you buy your freedom. 4. The law of cash flow mastery. Cash flow is the lifeblood of wealth. It's not just about how much you make, it's about how much stays and how well it moves. This law means managing the inflow and outflow of money intentionally. Know where every dollar goes. Ensure your expenses are less than your income. Use extra income to build wealth, not inflate your lifestyle. How the rich use it: they build multiple streams of income and direct them toward scalable assets. Poor people often increase expenses as income rises. Rich people increase investments. Mastering your cash flow gives you control. Without it, wealth slips through your fingers. 5. The law of leverage. Leverage is the ability to do more with less. Rich people don't rely solely on their own time or effort. They use money other people's or borrowed to invest in income-producing assets. People, employees, freelancers, teams, to grow their businesses. Systems and automation to scale their efforts. This law turns a little effort into massive results. Example: you write one ebook and sell it 10,000 times. That's leverage. You build a YouTube channel and make ad revenue while you sleep. That's leverage. You borrow to buy a property that generates passive cash flow. That's leverage. The poor trade time for money. The rich multiply time with leverage. 6. The law of financial education. If you don't understand money, it will always control you. This law says that wealth flows to those who understand how it works. It's not about having a finance degree, it's about reading books, watching videos, and learning from mentors. Understanding taxes, debt, investing, and risk. Avoiding emotional decisions with money. The rich learn the rules of money so they can play the game better. The poor stay financially blind and hope for miracles. Your level of wealth will never rise above your level of financial education. 7. The law of opportunity recognition. Opportunities are everywhere, but only those trained to see them can take advantage. This law is about developing awareness and courage. Poor people often miss opportunities because they're focused on survival, not growth. Afraid of risk. Surrounded by people who discourage ambition. The rich develop the mindset to spot undervalued assets. Jump on trends early. Take calculated risks. Action creates opportunity. You have to say yes, show up, and invest when it feels uncomfortable. 8. The law of compounding. Compounding isn't just about interest, it's about time. The longer your money works, the greater the results. It also applies to habit, knowledge, relationships, reputation. The sooner you start, the more powerful compounding becomes. Even small amounts, invested early, can become huge over decades. The poor start late or stop early. The rich start early and stay consistent. 9. The law of environment. Your environment determines your direction. This law says, you become like the people you surround yourself with. If you're around spenders, victims, and people who complain, you'll likely stay broke. But if you join rooms where people talk about investing, celebrate wins, share knowledge and strategy, your mindset and habits will shift. Your circle shapes your standards. Choose it intentionally. 10. The law of identity shift. This is perhaps the most overlooked law. You must believe you're capable of wealth before you build it. The rich often act with certainty and clarity. Not because they're special, but because they've chosen to see themselves as creators, not consumers. You can't stay in a poor mindset and expect to build a rich life. You must change your story, break limiting beliefs, see yourself as worthy of abundance. Once your identity aligns with wealth, your actions follow. These financial laws aren't just theory, they're the lived principles behind every story of someone who rose from poverty to prosperity. They're not always easy. They require discipline, vision, and patience. But they are guaranteed to work when followed consistently. Remember, you don't need to be lucky. You don't need to be born rich. You don't need a miracle. You just need to follow the laws. Because when you master the game of money, wealth stops being a dream and starts becoming your reality. Now you know, wealth isn't luck, it's law. These financial principles have transformed the lives of those who were once broke, and they can do the same for you. So which law will you start applying today? Let me know in the comments. If this video gave you clarity, drop a like, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications, because your path to financial freedom is just getting started. Thanks for watching, stay smart, stay disciplined, and keep building. I'll see you in the next one.